Okay, let's talk about someone who is seriously turning heads this summer. And no, it's not who you might think. While Kelly Ripa and Lola Consuelos have been daytime television royalty for decades, their daughter Lola Consuelos is quickly stepping into her own spotlight. And she's doing it in a way that feels fresh, authentic, and unapologetically her. At just 24 years old, Lola is making waves not only with her music, but also with her bold, creative fashion choices. From playful miniskirts to vintage-inspired ensembles, her looks are capturing attention across social media, proving that she's got a flair for style that stands completely apart from her famous parents. Today, we're diving into how Lola Consuelos is carving out her identity, the summer outfits that have her fans buzzing, and why people are calling her one of the most exciting rising fashion voices of her generation. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's break it down. First things first, what sets Lola apart? For starters, she's not trying to be anyone but herself. In a world where so many celebrity kids end up copying trends or chasing the spotlight their parents created, Lola has chosen a different path. She's building her own identity, both musically and stylistically, and that's something people can respect. When she shares her life online, whether it's through music sessions in the studio or candid selfies from her bedroom, her energy feels genuine. She doesn't overproduce her posts, she doesn't pretend to be flawless, and that's exactly what makes her so relatable. Her summer looks this year reflect that balance between playful experimentation and laid-back authenticity. Each outfit tells a story, and it feels like Lola is letting fans see a little bit of who she is in every picture. Let's start with one of the looks that had fans doing a double take. Lola shared a snapshot from her bed, and instead of a staged, polished glam shot, it was a high-angle, natural photo that showed her in a blush pink nightgown. The soft fabric and muted tones gave off a dreamy, almost vintage vibe, but what made it stand out was how effortlessly chic it looked. Her brunette hair framed her face perfectly, and her blue eyes popped against the soft pink. It wasn't about flashing designer labels or showing off something extravagant. It was about capturing a quiet, authentic moment that still looked stylish. This is where Lola shines. She knows how to elevate even the simplest look with confidence and charm. And in today's fashion scene, confidence is the ultimate accessory. From soft and dreamy to bold and edgy, Lola switched things up in another post that really showcased her range. Here, she paired a structured slate gray moto jacket with black and white Houndstooth shorts. Now, Houndstooth is a tricky pattern to pull off. It can look either super polished or super outdated, depending on how it's styled. But Lola nailed it. The contrast between the tough moto jacket and the bold shorts created a look that was both cool and modern, without trying too hard. She looked like she could have stepped straight out of a downtown New York street style shoot. And that's exactly the point. Her looks don't feel like they're trying to check every fashion box. They feel like they're just naturally a part of her. That effortless cool is something people are noticing. But Lola isn't just about edgy streetwear. She also showed off her softer, more romantic side this summer, with a look that gave fans some serious vintage inspiration. Picture this: a white blouse with delicate eyelet lace trim, tucked under a mustard suede ensemble. It had that old-school, retro feel while still being wearable in a modern context. This outfit reminded a lot of people of the fashion freedom from the 70s, a mix of femininity, structure, and earth tones. And the best part? She made it feel approachable. Instead of looking like a costume, it looked like an outfit you could actually wear out for brunch or a day in the city. That's the magic of Lola's style. She blends nostalgia with now, and it works. One of the most telling glimpses into her world came from a photo inside a recording studio. Fans already know Lola is working on new music, and she leaned into that vibe with a cozy zip-up sweater featuring vintage red and blue racing stripes. The image wasn't overly glamorous. She was tucked behind the mic, notebook nearby, clearly in her creative element. What stood out was the honesty of the moment. The sweater gave off a casual, sporty feel, but more importantly, the post told fans, yes, I'm taking this music journey seriously. It's a reminder that Lola isn't just playing dress-up in her parents' spotlight. She's building something of her own, and the way she dresses in those moments shows she's comfortable being herself. Now, here's where things got really playful. In one photo that instantly grabbed attention, Lola turned a bold red and pink tote bag into an impromptu top. Talk about creativity. She paired it with a blush terry wrap skirt, accented with turquoise circular patterns. The overall vibe was bohemian, fun, and just a little bit daring. Exactly the kind of experiment you'd expect from someone unafraid to try new things. Paired with a berry lip and pulled back hair, The whole look felt polished, even though the concept itself was so unexpected. This is a perfect example of how Lola takes risks in fashion without losing that sense of sophistication. There's a fine line to walk, but she manages to balance playful and chic in ways that most people can't. What's really interesting about Lola's style is how it evolves depending on her environment. Living between New York and London, she has access to two of the world's most influential fashion cities. New York gives her that edge, the moto jackets, the bold prints, the street-style energy. London adds a softer, experimental twist, leaning into vintage, lace, and a bit of retro charm. Together, those influences shape a wardrobe that feels eclectic but cohesive. You can see both worlds colliding in her looks, and it's part of what makes her fashion so refreshing. She's not locked into one identity. She's constantly evolving, pulling inspiration from her surroundings, and making it her own. It's not just fans who are noticing Lola's unique sense of style. Her mom, Kelly Ripa, has spoken publicly about how much she admires it. In an interview, Kelly said she's always pleasantly surprised by the way Lola puts an outfit together. She described her daughter's style as youthful, sophisticated, and rock and roll all rolled into one. And that's high praise coming from Kelly, who has been in the public eye for decades and has seen fashion trends come and go. Kelly even admitted she wished she had been brave enough to try some of the looks Lola pulls off back when she was her daughter's age. That's the key difference. Lola's confidence is what makes her outfits work. Confidence, after all, is the secret ingredient to any great look. You can put on the most expensive designer dress in the world, but if you don't own it, it won't land. Lola has a way of making even unconventional choices look chic because she believes in them. And that's why fans are calling her a rising fashion icon. She's not afraid to mix colors that don't traditionally go together. She's not afraid to use an accessory, like that tote bag, in an entirely new way. She's not afraid to wear lace one day and leather the next. That range keeps people guessing, and it keeps her style exciting. In an age where so much fashion on social media looks the same, Lola stands out. What also stands out is how Lola ties her fashion into her music career. Every image she shares, whether it's in the studio, on the streets of New York, or traveling through London, feels like part of a bigger story. It's not just random outfits. It's a narrative of who she is and who she's becoming. Her fans aren't just following her for music updates or style inspiration. They're following her journey. And that's powerful. When someone can connect their art with their lifestyle in such an authentic way, people notice. Lola isn't trying to be a cookie-cutter pop star or a carbon copy of anyone else. She's carving her own lane, and her fashion is helping her get there. The other thing worth pointing out is that Lola's style is accessible. Yes, she's mixing suede ensembles, moto jackets, and bold prints, but these aren't pieces that feel out of reach for everyday people. She's not exclusively wearing runway couture or head-to-toe luxury brands. Instead, her looks give off the feeling that, with a little creativity and confidence, you could put together something similar from your own closet. That accessibility is a big part of why her fashion moments are resonating. She's inspiring people not just to copy her, but to experiment with their own wardrobes, to take risks, and to express themselves through clothes. So what's the takeaway here? Lola Consuelos may have been born into the spotlight, but she's proving that she doesn't need her parents' fame to shine. Her music is on the way, her fashion sense is already turning heads, and her confidence is what ties it all together. From dreamy blush nightgowns to bold houndstooth shorts, from romantic lace blouses to playful tote bag tops, she's showing the world that style isn't about following rules. It's about breaking them in the best possible way. Whether you know her as Kelly Ripa's daughter or you're just discovering her now, one thing is clear. Lola Consuelos is someone to watch, not just for what she wears, but for the way she's creating her own story. And honestly, that's the kind of energy we all need a little more of.